You are a big boy.
I'm feeling a fish.
I said, hey, what's the big idea you made? I wanna play like a numbers game. What's the big idea you made? I wanna call it spade a spade. What's the big idea you see? It's the root of a poison tree. That's a big idea to me.
Last night we were in Halifax Bay, just behind us, and today we are heading out to Roand Island. Jake and Stephanie here on Dreamcatcher, they've been diving there before. They said it's one of the best places they've ever dived, so we're really excited to get there. It's going to be a short sail, I think, heading up in the direction we're kind of leaving Grenada, heading up towards Carriacou, but this is on the way, so it's a really cool stop. We're really excited to go sailing and then get some diving in, so it's going to be a fun day.
Nope. I will give it a name and have feelings for it.
I will happily introduce it to his brother and sister, garlic and butter. Our dive profile for the day will be in feet and pounds, so that's foreign language for you guys. To your benefit with your feet and inches increments that you're not aware of, is there's going to be a bottom there. So we're diving from roughly 35, 40 feet to 70 feet. That's what the reef profile is. So we will drop in at about 35 feet where we drop the anchor and then swim out across the reef down to the deeper section. We'll go south, assuming the current's pushing north like it usually is. And then we'll, at a half tank, we'll turn around and come back up to the top side of the reef, come back along. Lots of beautiful stuff to see. We're going to go for some lobster today. Sometimes they're out in the open, but typically they're backed up into a hole, waving their little antenna at you. Typically with lionfish, the beauty of hunting for lionfish is they're very easy to shoot because they don't have any natural born enemies here. That's why we want to take out as many as we can, because they are disastrous for the reef, but they're not threatened. Lionfish and lobster are very tasty. Don't shoot me with a spear. We repeat that one. Don't shoot me with a spear. Don't shoot me with a spear.
Well, we wouldn't call ourselves hunters by any means. As Jake explained, the lionfish really is an invasive species and creates havoc on the reef by eating just about any fish they can fit in their mouths. Many countries in the Caribbean actively encourage the spearing of lionfish to protect the health of their reefs. And so, while it feels counterintuitive, we do feel this is the most humane and ecologically sound way to help restore balance to the marine life in this part of the world. If you are of a slightly sensitive disposition, you may want to look away for the next minute or so and just enjoy this amazing track from Ben Monteith.
Ride on out with me tonight. We'll fall in love under a starlit sky. It's you and me, drive until the daylight. Yeah, until the daylight. I know that we'll get away. I'll chase away all of your demons, and I'll keep you safe with me. This time it is gonna be dead fun, and I'll be your hideaway, a place that is just yours and yours alone. It's your time, make up your mind. Come on, ride on out with me tonight. We'll fall in love under a starlit sky. It's you and me, drive until the daylight. It is your time, make up your mind. Come on, ride on out with me tonight. We'll fall in love under a starlit sky. It's you and me, drive until the daylight. Yeah, until the daylight.
We have dinner.
Awesome. I didn't defrost anything. You are a big boy.
Lovely.
It's kind of interesting, to like feel what it feels like.
The dangerous parts are in the spine. That's where the venom is. If there's anything that's protruding from the body. Now, he's safe to handle. You can't see, but that one I shot through the eyeball.
And here's the little tiddler one that you got.
You want to go?
Yeah.
All right.
It's quite satisfying only cutting through the skin and just seeing it go.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit like a haggis.
I'm peeling a fish.
Ta-da! Good. Beautiful.
All right. Back to the sea.
So we're making some garlic butter for our lobsters and lionfish. So I started some earlier, but I didn't have enough because this is ginormous. So
Yeah.
what I found with garlic butter, there's two ways you can do it. One, you can like heat it up and let it sit for a while and the garlic kind of mellows out. Or you can pre-boil your garlic just for like 3 or 4 minutes while it's still in the skin. And then
I've
take
never
it
heard
out.
that before. That's
And
cool.
if you do that, it just kind of takes that really strong pungent bite out of it.
Okay.
And then we'll rinse those just before we put the butter on it, and
Smear
then
it all on.
and take off these pieces that aren't going to fit in the oven.
How?
So the kitchen shears work quite well for that stuff. And then just trying to try and see if they'll fit in the oven yet.
Yeah, exactly. Take off one bit and then try it again. Take off another one.
I know. I rinsed out all the juice and stuff that had kind of settled. We typically cook them so that they're meat side up. You can put lots of garlic butter.
And then it'll just like soak into the meat.
Yep. So we're gonna take these and stick these in the oven and check them in 20 minutes and see what they look like. Hopefully they'll be nice and cooked. The garlic butter smells amazing.
Yeah, it does. There we go.
Until the daylight.
We got to St Lucia, we got to explore that a little bit. There's a volcano there that we could like, it's called the Drive In Volcano, so you can drive right into it, go and see these like sulphur puddles bubbling away.
It's a weird experience because they take you up to the bubbling pits.
So weird.
And it stinks. Let's just be honest. It reeks.
But it's really cool. They say as long as you can smell the disgusting smell, then the volcano's not about to erupt. Because if the volcano was about to erupt, the amount of sulfur that would come out of the vents would be so overpowering, it would damage your nose and you wouldn't be able to smell anymore. So if you smell nothing, it means the levels of sulfur are so high that you're in danger and you need to run. So as long as it stinks, then you're all safe.
So there you go. Anybody who's had an awkward bathroom experience now has the perfect excuse.
There you go.
Wonderful.
I keep like getting a whiff of the smell and then being reminded, no, smell is good because it means it's not about to erupt.
So yeah, and then you can swim in the sulfur baths, which are actually water rather than mud, but they do give you a whole pile of like grey and black, or white and black, grey and black muds that you can like exfoliate with. I'd never exfoliated before. The four of us had a bit of a laugh, kind of decorating ourselves and then jumping into it's like a hot tub jacuzzi bath water experience and getting washed off.
So the thing that was really weird about that was that we were like, oh my goodness, we're swimming in a volcano on St Lucia. This is like a bucket list experience.
Totally.
And yet we also had this like massive stress about we don't really have a plan, and if this boat doesn't work out, then what do we do from there? Do we fly home and give up on this whole sailing dream? So it was so surreal to be experiencing these amazing Caribbean islands, but at the same time not really being present because we were constantly trying to work out, but can we make this work?
That's it. You know, there's a lot of hushed conversations happening in a cabin where we're like, is this ever even going to happen? And then 5 minutes later, you're jumping in a dinghy, going to shore and exploring a volcano. It was kind of challenging to keep the balance and to keep researching for boats. Now, it was probably around this time we found a promising opportunity in terms of boats.
Yeah, so we found this boat it had been for sale in BVI, but because BVI was closed completely to COVID, they had decided to move the boat into USVI so that more people could visit.
Which is just next door, so it's quite an easy sail across, but it was an awful lot of logistics to be able to do that.
And so we thought, okay, that's great. Dreamcatcher are heading to USVI. We'll sail up all the way with them, and then we'll hopefully go and see this boat when we arrive. So while we were still in St Lucia, we discovered that our visas allowed us to fly into the States or any American territory, but only if you arrive by commercial means. So we could fly in on a commercial flight, or we could take a ferry in, but we weren't allowed to sail in with our friends. They're American, they were returning home, that's not a problem for them, but we weren't allowed to be on the boat as it crossed the border.
It's madness. Hunting is part of any person's growing experience, and you gotta be ready with the right tools to do these things. Been hunting today. Introduce you.
His name is Tiddler.
Tiddler he's savage. He's a savage beast. So you gotta be really careful around these things. How do I do it again?